This is that which is good. It's a podcast where we talk about what's good, bro. Um, so basically, like thinking good, doing better. When you're thinking better, you do better, and all that stuff. Today, I set up the camera a little bit different. I set up the lights a little bit different. Why not be a little bit more aesthetic-y, okay? Even though you can't see my face, don't worry about it. What's my face gonna do for you? It's not gonna do anything. It's not gonna brighten your day. Well, maybe it could. Look at that. Look at that smile. Come on, it could a little bit. No, I'm playing. I'm playing. I want to stand up because I'm always sitting down. I'm like, let me stand up. It's good for your health and whatnot. That's what they say. But what do doctors know? No, I'm playing. Let me stop. But yeah, so this is that which is good. Today we ain't got no. I didn't do no news, so let's just focus on the main topic. So, what's the topic for today? The topic for today is called Effortless Wins. Ooh, that's a bold statement, isn't it? Yeah, it's bold for me to be making because just this setup alone took me like 30 minutes to of me just being like, what are we really doing out here? How are we doing it? Because I don't know why it's not working. I'm trying to figure everything, put everything together. I'm like, that wasn't effortless, but we're gonna act like it is for the sake of the title. But effortless win. What's an effortless win? The Webster Dictionary defines it as, bro, I don't know. An effortless win to me, for myself, would be me doing what I like to do in the way that I like to do it, and it comes out in the result I wanted, or if not better. Okay, you can ask yourself, maybe what's an effortless win for me? Hmm. Maybe it's you starting a business with your friends, or maybe it's you moving to Hawaii and finding a job and living there, or maybe it's you um, starting, I don't know, to speak, become a speaker. You love to talk anyways, so might as well become a speaker. There's so many things that could be effortless wins for people, right? For me, it would really be okay. How do we get an effortless win? Let's talk about that. How do you get an effortless win? First keyword in the word is effortless, right? For me personally, is what do I do that requires the least amount of effort, but is killer? Like when I do it, it has impact. It makes waves. And people are like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. I'm shocked. I'm surprised. I'm taken aback. I guess clutching your pearls. You know what I'm saying? Invisible pearls. But yeah, that's for me the first thing would be like whatever is effortless for me to do still brings me joy, still makes me happy. I define that to be the first part of the effortless win for me. It may be different for you. So what are those a few things for me? A few things for me is like art. I feel like I'm all right. I'm all right as an artist, you know. And sometimes you gotta gas yourself up because listen, people will not do it for you. You gotta not gaslight yourself. You gotta hype yourself up, okay? I don't know if everybody says gas yourself up, but you gotta hype yourself up because you will always be the thing about the effortless thing is that you're like, man, this is so easy for me to do. Everybody feels like that. Whatever is effortless for them, this is so easy for me to do. So we ignore it until you ask somebody else if they could do that, and they're confused. They're like, no, I don't see what you're seeing. No, I don't hear it that way. No, it makes I couldn't do that if I got a lesson. You understand me? And you're like, no, you procrastinate on it. You put it off because you're like, man, it's so easy for me. Even though like I know I got lessons, I know I had teachers, I know I had this mentors, whichever. Some people, if they had mentors, they still wouldn't be able to do what you do. I heard a story. It was kind of funny about this guy. He was on the radio and he was like, "Oh, this guitarist got his guitar the same year I did." In like 19, let's say it was like 1994. And he was like, this guitarist is now Grammy Award winning all across the world. And I'm on radio. Not to say that on radio is bad, but for him, he was like, hmm, it's an interesting cross. I guess. What do you say that? How do you say? It's an interesting parallel That somebody could be having the exact same tool you had. Somebody could have the exact same mind, like the exact same tool you had at the exact same time, but you guys both have different results. Not necessarily because one is better than another person, no, but just another person, it's just more effortless for them. And so, in that way, we should stop comparing ourselves to other people. Because for some things, it won't be effortless for them. That's fine. If it's effortless for you, it's just by the grace of God, bro. It's just by the grace of God. And we need to like understand that also we shouldn't take God's grace for granted. Like if you are able to do something that somebody's not able to do, bro, you could cure cancer. You never know. Stranger things have happened. They've got like I mean, there's just so many ways to solve things these days. And think of like when I think about like, man, even bringing a dog into a hospital. This is random. I don't know why I'm going here, but let's go here anyways. Let's go. Let's go for it. Even bringing a dog into a hospital, they say they have all these studies like bringing a dog into the hospital with the children or with adults, it helps chemo patients do better and all these things. It actually shows better results in their therapy because they're able to interact with people or other humans or other animals and things like this. And animals have this effect, animals have this effect, animals have this effect. So we're quick to be like, listen, everything else has an effect but us. Everything else can make this person have a better life, last through chemotherapy, have a better um, results. Make basically like think about this. It's actually crazy. A dog helps somebody have a better treatment so that they could be able to see their family and like their generation no line continues because of a dog coming to like a hospital and being like, hello. And us as human beings, I'm sorry to be the person to be like, we're different, but us as human beings, we down ourselves and downplay everything that we've been given. We don't even believe that we can have the same effect. I'm not saying going to the hospital and start saying for people or start showing your face and be like, hello. But you downplay the fact that you, I'm speaking to me, can have an effect on somebody else's life, transform somebody else's life. Even a couple generations down, things will look better because you existed and because you were in your effortless space, if that makes sense. So, yeah, we need to be more appreciative of the grace we have to do stuff. Yeah, stop comparing yourself to others. Even if your effortless is not the same as somebody else's effortless, you don't know how long it took them to be effortless, if that makes sense. Because it's never a day. It's never like somebody just shows up. They just wake up and they're out here performing and they're just crazy and they're just killing it. And you're like, ooh, you know? Listen, they put Michael to work. I heard because I still need to watch the Jackson 5. I don't know why I haven't watched that movie. But and it's just sad. I don't want to hear it. They put Michael to work like crazy, okay? And we're like, oh, he's the best. He's just so naturally gifted. Nah, they put him to work. He worked for his effortless, man. Even though he had the grace and he was gifted, he worked for that stuff. Nah, they put Prince to work. Prince was out here 16 just putting himself to work. They put everybody to work. If you want to talk about the greats in history, everybody had to work for their effortless. Nobody was just born, even though that they had the edge and they had the advantage, nobody was born at the peak of their effortless from day one. Or else we'd have baby Mozarts. And I haven't seen it yet. There probably is a baby that I could kill on piano, but I have not seen it yet. So it's not just even about music, but I'm just referencing things that I know. But man, like everybody had to have like even when they were effortless at something, they had to put in work to become even more effortless and more flawless at things and more inviting and welcoming to people. So where people saw their gift as special, as unique, as necessary, you know? So we need to stop comparing ourselves in that way where we're like, man, I'm effortless at this, but yet I'm still having to put in some type of work. Nah, it's good. You're normal. Actually, in fact, there should be more of that representation, I guess, of people being like, no, I'm not necessarily 100% at this. I'm not necessarily perfect at this, but either way, I'm still I'm gonna still give it a go, take my shots, whichever. Understand me? You feel me? Because that's what's important to you. That's the part. It, and I think the main thing is like, an effortless win is us not defining what's important to us. Because if it was really, truly, you define that as this thing is important to me, this is going to take me to the next level in life, this is going to actually be the thing that will break the boundaries and the barriers that I've continued to fall into traps of, like, things that have held my people, my ancestors back, people that have hold things that have held my family back. I want to be the one to break those. I hate to use the word generational curses, and bring in some generational blessings into the mix. But we haven't defined it as important enough because we don't see the value in, like, the connection and the tie to those things. But I've never seen somebody benefit from something that they didn't think was important. Like, there's so many things in this world, and if you write off your gifts, your talents, or your ability to think, your ability to design, your ability to vocalize, your ability to speak, your ability to make business, to make money, to whatever, as just, it's all right, you'll never be able to reap from it because you didn't find it important enough. You didn't value it enough. And that's what I'm learning. Even in the scriptures, you see the people that Jesus turned to when he's trying to, like, when he was just walking, because to everybody else, he's just Jesus the man. So he's walking. People are like, hello. Like, oh, that's a nice guy. Hey, like, hey, he's doing something for me. He's so nice. He's just, he gave me bread yesterday. What a good gentleman. Then there's other people that be like, nah, I recognize the importance of this man. I need this man to help me out. And they're out here crying, Son of David, have mercy on me. Like, Son of David, have mercy on me. Equating him with the most powerful king that ever reigned in Israel. Like, basically putting him on that level, that pedestal of, you're not just an ordinary person. You're actually sent here for a purpose and for a reason. And I see the value in you, you know? I see the value in you. I see what you offer. I see what you can give me. And now Jesus turns and is like, what? Let me help you out, because you actually recognize who I am and what I can do and what I'm capable of. You know what I'm saying? How about we start taking that mindset towards ourselves? I'm not saying that you're Jesus Christ. Please, unless you heard me tell you that you fasted 40 days and 40 nights, or you turned some 5 fish and 2 loaves, or 5 breads and loaves in whichever order into a lot, and you multiplied it, I didn't just call you Jesus Christ, okay? I didn't call you Jesus Christ. But you're still a child of God. And so you should take on the same response towards yourself. If you see yourself as valuable, as with that statement, listen, child of God. That's a big title. I don't know about you. That's a big statement, a big claim we're making here. If you're a Christian, if you're watching this, if you're a Christian, if you're not, hey, you're still God's offspring. Okay? God still created you. Period. That's on period. But if you're a child of God, that's a big title. And I feel like no other religion, that I don't know if any other religion carries that exact title, but from what it seems, we're the ones to be very vocal on that topic of being children of God, child of God. What does that mean? If you can't value yourself, let me say it like this. If you can't value yourself as a child of God, bro, I don't know what you can value yourself as. As a child of chicken, nah, that's not gonna work. As a child of ostrich, nah, that's not gonna work. Child of God, though, that's big things. That's big things. And the more we, like, diminish ourselves in unassuming behavior and not putting importance on what we carry and all these things, the more we diminish that title, to be honest. I don't even know how we got here, but we're here, so let's keep going. The more you diminish that title, the more you become a slave to the system, a slave to the world. The more you become less, I don't know, more jaded you become, because you're not living in your true identity and your true calling, which is child of God. And what does that mean? If you're a child of God, you got all the resources, you got all the funds. I'm not saying that when you wake up tomorrow you're gonna be Bill Gates. It's not what I said. Listen to me correctly. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. But bro, I just like being silly. But man, it's more like, uh, if we really claim to be the people, the children of God that we're saying, what we have and who we have and what we're carrying by virtue of who we've met should be important to us. And we should put that extra little effort on it so that we can become effortless. Even though the thing was already effortless for you, to make it extra effortless. And it's simply just by like valuing what you have. And to me, that's a win. To me, that's a win. I just want to value what I have. And that's effortless wins. Thank you for listening. That was just good, man. I didn't even use any of the title cards and all those cool stuff. But this is that which is good. Sponsored by me. Who that? No, I'm kidding. If you want to see some cool designs and stuff, we got that. That which is good. It's awesome. Born a Christian, you know. Maybe you're not. It's okay. It's all right. Let's just listen to some good word. I ain't never seen anybody be like, man, knowledge is not helpful. And the Bible is one of the most like cherished books in history. But anyways, let me stop. Okay, it says okay, 1 Corinthians 11, verse 1. Be ye followers of me, I even as I also am of Christ. Okay, wow. We just opened the Bible randomly. Seems to be talking about the same thing. Just being a follower of Christ. What is a follower of Christ? A child of God. What's a child of God? Somebody that values themselves and operates in the way God wants them to be seen, right? So just, man, we just need to get out there, do our stuff, mind our Father's business, and call it a day. Thanks for watching. See you later.